going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and in this video I wanted to share some gameplay with you guys using another one of my Alliance Conquest exclusive character. This time we're going to be taking a look at Hogun. Now before I go ahead and start talking about Hogun, the only reason I have this guy built up is because I farmed Urus. I farmed for Urus a lot, and his bios actually dropped for two of the most important Urus in the game: critical damage and physical attack. So that is the only reason why this guy is level 60, 6-star, fully maxed out and ready to be tier 2. That is the absolute only reason. So if you guys like him, I would suggest stay away from him unless you're farming for Urus and you're just building him up as a byproduct of simply farming for Urus, because he's absolutely atrocious. I kid you not, guys. He's a terrible character. The only saving grace in this guy's entire kit is that he has a decent leadership and he has 2 stuns, one on the 1 skill and another on the 4 skill, that has a relatively low cooldown and lasts for quite some time. And if you can chain these guys back to back, so the 4 and the 1, you can kind of get stuff done with him in Shadowland, but you're still gonna struggle because of the fact that his skills, every single one of this guy's skills, have really long drawn out animation for absolutely no reason. It's actually so freaking annoying. He's all up in their faces and his skills are so long that in most cases you're gonna get punished if you're up against anything but one other person. So world boss, since the world bosses cannot be guard broken or stunned, he's absolutely atrocious. And you would think, since he has a summon on his 5 skill right here, he would be decent, right? Because in most cases when characters have summons that pull aggro, you can just kind of put up your summons, run away and be cheeky and let the summons do work to the world boss. For this guy, it's not that simple. It's not that simple because of the fact that his summons don't actually get summoned until the end of the skill, and similar to all of his skills, this skill right here is a long drawn out animation. He's spinning in circles, hitting whoever he feels like he needs to hit, and at the end of the skill, then the summons pop out. Now the problem with that is this is not an iframe, and because of that, since it's a long skill, you can be guard broken, which you will be several times in world boss encounters. On top of that, if you get stunned, snared, bind, or the enemy just jump off the map for a little bit, this skill gets completely cancelled out. You not only lose the damage, you take damage and you lose your summons. So really aggravating character to play for someone like him, who's all up in the enemy's face. The fact that he has no real way to protect himself via a damage block or a guard or anything like that is actually really sad. So this guy's entire kit, the saving grace of it is the 2 stuns and the leadership. That's it. He has a decent 3 skill, but the fact of the matter is he still has no survivability and his animation are just far too freaking long. So that's why I don't use him. Maybe you guys can find stuff to do with him, but so far I've only found about 3 different solos inside Shadowland that this guy can perform. Every single one of them are relays and it's a struggle fest, so I don't really use him at all because I have a way better option. But since I've been using a lot of my conquest characters lately, I wanted to go ahead and throw this one out there in case any of you guys like Hogun and have him built up, right? So we're gonna go ahead and solo one of the hero relays that Winter Soldier or Bucky has in Shadowland, and we'll show you guys just how that goes, man. So right here I'll show you guys the stats on this idiot and then we can go in. As you guys can see right here, we have reduced cooldown duration 49.68%, so almost maxed out. 32% ignored. Defense is very low. I know, trust me, I know, but I don't like him at all, so I don't even feel like dealing with that. So we're gonna leave that as is. 159 for crit damage, 73% for crit rate, which is really freaking high, and 128 for attack speed. As you guys can see right here, all his gears are at 20, and since he got skill cooldown natively and it's in the first slot, I rolled for critical damage and left it as is, even though I still have just a little bit less than max skill cooldown. As for an ISO set for him, I have Power of Angry Hulk. To be honest, when I was rolling, I was just rolling blind and I ended up on Power of Angry Hulk, and I just left it because I figured the attack speed definitely couldn't hurt. And to be honest, even with almost max attack speed, his animation are really freaking long and aggravating to say the least. You guys will see exactly what I mean in a second. Right here, I have crit rate, ignore dodge, and invincibility on him. To be honest, this is just something I threw on him off the fly just for conquest, mainly for the invincibility and the ignore dodge, since he's a combat type and I usually pit him against speed characters, right? So not the best build in the world. However, for a character to get love and care from me, they actually have to show some potential, and this guy, although he has decent damage, his survivability, man, his freaking survivability is what kills me. Anyways, literally. Anyways, so let's jump into Shadowland. I don't want to talk too much. This freaking Wolverine uniform. Anyways, another thing that aggravates me. Let's jump in here, floor 8, and let's get this thing on the way, man. Alright, so we're going to start off with the 4 for that slight iframe, cancel the 5 to get the summons, then we're going to try and get these two idiots in a corner. And trust me, this might look easy, but this takes a lot of freaking practice. And in game modes where the stun doesn't have any effect, you're not gonna find that he does this well. There you have it, guys. A Hogun solo, minute 04. Not that bad, but like I said, his damage isn't the problem. It's his survivability. And because I was able to take advantage of the summons in here, that made it so that I could keep the enemies in check and make up for his survivability. However, if the enemies had dodged or I couldn't manage to get them all CC'd, this would have been a completely different story. So for you guys, your run might look way different than this, but I've had Hogun for a while and I have him built up, so that's why my run looked this easy. Should you be in a rush to build him? Absolutely freaking not. But that's all I have to share for this one, guys. Like always, thanks for watching. Hope it was helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace and love.